Welcome, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for being here this evening, esteemed faculty, students, and guests tonight, and welcome to the Advanced Practice Registered Nurse White Coat. I'm Dr. Liz Izquierdo, the Associate Dean for Student Affairs, and I'm happy to welcome you tonight. I would like to remind you to silence your phones before we begin. Um, I'll give you a rundown of the agenda for the evening so you have it. And as you were coming in, there was a QR code for the program, and we'll also have it up on the screen momentarily. There it is for you to see. For our white coat ceremony, Dr. Teresa Brown, our director of our APRN program, will open the ceremony, followed by our dean, Dr. Lynn Zahn, who will introduce Dr. Karen Grimley, who will say a few things, and also introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. David Bailey. He will be followed by our student speaker, Ariel. For the presentations of our white coats, students will line up by specialty. You will be cued by the student affairs staff. You all should have your names on a little index cards. What the students will do is they'll line up, and there's a blue tape here at the top. I'll show you right here. And right here. Hand your card to the person who will read your name, and the faculty will coat you. So just a reminder, when you come in up on the stage, take off your coat, make sure it's unbuttoned, and you're holding it on your hand. So it'll be easier to coach you that way. Preceding that will be the presentation of our studio video montage, and we will conclude with an international pledge led by Dr. Stacy Green. After that, we're going to ask our students and faculty and our keynote speakers to walk outside and take a picture. We're going to ask our guests and family to stay here while they take the group picture because our lobby is not that big, and then we'll let the family go after they take the group picture. So thank you, and we'll start momentarily.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Dr. Teresa Brown, and I am the director of the Advanced Practice Registered Nursing Program here at the UCLA School of Nursing. And thank you all for being here, our first year Advanced Practice Registered Nursing students for the White Coat Ceremony. Yes. And we are live streaming our event today, so say hello to all our live streamers up there. The White Coat Ceremony is held in nursing and medical schools across the country as a symbol of the students entering into clinical practice and accepting the responsibility of applying knowledge in clinical settings to care for the patients guided by our clinical preceptors. A white coat ceremony is a rite of passage from the care nurses provide at the bedside to the care for patients as nurse practitioners and clinical nurse specialists. I want to thank everyone here who made this day possible. Thank you, faculty, if you would please stand, for all you do. Thank you for all you do to support our students and make them the best advanced practice nurses in the country and the world. Thank you, our staff. Would you please stand? Our staff. We have many people behind the scenes that play a tremendous role in supporting our students and who made this event possible. Thank you to our friends and family. Would you please stand? We thank you for supporting these students as they make this journey from bedside to nurse practitioner and clinical nurse specialist. A special thank you to UCLA Health and especially Dr. Karen Grimley. Would you please stand? We thank you for your support in funding the white coats for our students tonight. Thank you. And finally, we thank our students. Would you please stand? We know who you are. We thank you for your commitment to learning and to the nursing profession. Now it is my honor to introduce Dean Dr. Lynn Zahn. Dr. Zahn is the 8th Dean of the UCLA School of Nursing. Dean Zahn joined the UCLA School of Nursing after serving as Dean and Chief Nursing Administrator of the University of Memphis Lowenberg College of Nursing for over 10 years. Dean Zahn is an expert on health equity for the vulnerable, with additional scholarly interests focused on developing better measures for health-related behaviors and higher education, diversity, and workforce development. Dean Zahn is a fellow of the American Academy of Nursing, and since 2001 has served as the Academy's expert panel on aging, global health, and the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. She also serves as the board member and treasurer for the American Association of Colleges of Nursing. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lynn Zahn.
Well, Dr. Teresa Brown, thank you for your very kind introduction. Well, let me first thank all of you, our distinguished faculty, our very dedicated staff, and also family friends of our APRN students. Thank you for coming for this very special event. You know, actually with my own curiosity, I asked, where did that white coat ceremony come from? Do you know? That will be on your exam. Here is the story. In 1989, LA Times published a white coat ceremony story. A professor at the University of Chicago Medical School complained to the dean of the students. They said the first year medical students were showing up in shorts and the baseball caps in front of the patients. The dean of the students, Dr. Norma Wagner, responded to mandate the professional look by giving all the medical students the white coat and told the students wearing the white coat, we expect you to look like professionals and behave like professionals. After 4 years, 1993, Dr. Arnold Gold, a professor and a pediatric surgeon, and sponsored the first formal white coat ceremony in the Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. Since then, many medical schools hold a white coat ceremony prior to medical students enter the clinical. In 2014, Dr. Arnold Gold actually reached out to American Association College of Nursing. I was on the board and I remember meeting him. And he wanted to pilot white coat ceremony in nursing with the emphasis collaboration, compassion, excellence, and humanity. This is Dr. Gold said. It's not to follow the medical students or medical school. We have the same values, which is compassion and humanity. Since 2014, many nursing schools hold a white coat ceremony to symbolize nursing students and transition either into professional nursing practice, that's the undergraduate entry level nurses, or into advanced level of nursing practice, like today, for you, APRN students. Now I want to actually thank again for the UCLA Health Chief Nurse Executive, Dr. Karen Grimley, for her generous support of all the white coats for the APRN students. She is extremely busy, but she just spare her very busy time, have a moment to come here to say a few words. Dr. Grimley, come over here.
Thank you, Dean Zahn. It is a pleasure to be here tonight. Welcome, everyone. This is a very special ceremony, and for each and every one of you, faculty, families, friends, and of course, the students, here to celebrate your next step on a journey that I hope you will enjoy as much as I have enjoyed mine. This is an exciting time as you take that next step on this journey, and please remember that you play a very special role. You bridge nursing care and that work with the patient in such a way that you as a provider offer a more holistic, compassionate, and thoughtful approach to some of the care that they will receive along their continuum. There are opportunities coming your way as well. This role that you're about to walk into as an advanced practice professional or advanced practice provider is something that is about to change in the state of California. You will now be positioned to take on more responsibility as you get your credentials and you move into your next phase of the journey. So I'm very excited to see you all grow and become those providers that help us provide not only for our community, but you will also be helping promote the profession of nursing and its importance in the life and times of all the people we serve. So with that said, I'd like to turn this back over to Dean Zahn, and thank you so much for inviting me tonight. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Well, actually, Dr. Grimley is right about you are the providers. I just want to share with you one story. I had a meeting with one of the neurosurgeons, and she shared with me her son is a medical school and about to graduate medical school students at Stanford University. And her son wants to get into the primary care. This is what she told her son. No. The future of primary care is nurse practitioners, not you. And change your specialty. So that is the true story. So now, and it's my honor and a pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker, and also from the UCLA Health, but in the Santa Monica Medical Center, Dr. David Bailey, who served as the Chief Nursing Officer at the UCLA Health, Santa Monica Medical Center. In addition to his leadership role at the UCLA Health and the Santa Monica Medical Center, he also teaches in the School of Nursing and for our DNP students, as well as serves on their scholarly project committees. Dr. Bailey's background, we can write the whole book about him, but I'm just making that very short. And his background spanned more than 25 years in nursing management, including leadership positions in critical care, cardiovascular cardiac rehab nursing, and pulmonary and rehab medicine at a hospital in Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina before moving to California to join the UCLA Health. Maybe he has other places he went, he did not tell us. As the fellow of American Academy of Nursing, Dr. Bailey exemplifies his leadership with humanity, humility, and authentic, and he really focused on how we building the relationship to advance nursing practice. So please join me in welcome Dr. David Bailey.
Dean Zahn, thank you so much for the opportunity. To our students and really we should not be calling you students. You are already professionals. So dear professionals, thank you for the opportunity to participate in your ceremony tonight. To our faculty, to our families who are here and virtually visiting us, thank you for being with us tonight. So we're going to take you on a little journey. There's not a lecture behind all those dots, I promise. But I want to take you on a journey. And, as I look back across my career, I am not a provider, but I have been a nurse for, it seems like forever, a long time. And I've been in leadership a long time. But these are things that I've learned across my career that I hope you'll take that as you move into your next position as a provider and also for your life, that you'll take some of these things to help you. All right. Always take the opportunity. An opportunity may present itself in many, many ways. It can be somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, I think you would really be good at this. Have you ever thought about that? And you may want to say no and run, or you may want to say, tell me more. Always go to that side of the equation. You want to learn. Don't ever be afraid to learn. And I hope you'll get that throughout my brief message tonight. Don't ever say no to learning. One of the scariest moments of my leadership career was many years ago running an ICU. And I recognized the situation, and I asked this nurse that had worked for me for quite a while at that point, I said, so tell me about your education and your learning and what you've learned since you graduated. She said to me, I haven't learned anything since I graduated. She'd been a nurse longer than me at that point. She'd not read any journals, she hadn't been to any conferences, and she'd not done anything to stay involved professionally. I mean, when she walked out, I was like, oh my gosh, what did we do as a profession to let someone get to where they are and not be involved or engaged? So, that was a lesson learned for me. But always say yes. Ask questions first, though, because that may get you somewhere, but think about that. All right. Find your mentor. And you may think, I don't need one. I've done this a long time. I didn't recognize the value of mentorship until probably a decade ago. Please don't wait that long. Learn from them, find them, seek them out. Or if someone comes to you and says, I think you would really be good at this, and I'm going to help you get there, you better latch on and let that person lead and guide you. They will connect you with people that you may not normally get to do that with or get to know or get to interface with. I, reached out, I did a cold call to somebody I knew the name. This is an icon in nursing. And I, has written hundreds of books, many, many hundreds of articles. And I did a cold call email to her a few years ago. Now she and I are working on multiple projects together. So don't be afraid to do stuff like that. And now she's one of my mentors. And I call her to her face and to others. She's the great connector. She knows people at a global level. She said, I don't know how to do that, but call so-and-so. And here's the email, or never mind, I'll just email you and connect you to. So always find that mentor. But one mentor is not going to serve you for everything you need to do. You may want to do research. You may want to publish if you haven't done that before. I'll never forget saying yes to my first publication. One of my mentors, so that's why you always check yes first or ask questions first. I woke up one morning, you shouldn't grab your phone first thing. I grabbed that phone and Joyce had asked me, will you publish an article for so-and-so? And I wrote yes. When I really woke up about 30 minutes later, I thought, what did I just do? I don't know how to write an article. And so I had to find a mentor to help me do that. And many articles now, I feel comfortable in doing that for others. So always reach out. I have multiple mentors. You want them internally and externally because you will go to them for different things. So don't be afraid to have a board of advisors or a group of mentors to help you through that. Get involved to make a difference. You want to make sure that you are involved that will guide your practice. I mean, do you want others making decisions for your path? Or do you want to help influence your own path? I would prefer to influence my own, just like I hope you all want to influence your own. But you want to be a part of a professional organization. You want to say yes inside of your organization, regardless of where that is. You want to say yes. How can I be involved? Because you're going to get a new title, you're going to get new credentials, and people are going to start tapping you on the shoulder in a different manner than you get today. So you want to make sure that you can make a difference. And it can be small or it can be large. If you ever get invited to dinner with a group of people that you don't know well, something's about to come. It happened to me several years ago, and I ended up president of an international organization. So you always want to make sure you ask the right questions at dinner, okay? Guys, don't forget this. Dreams do not have an expiration date. Think about that for a moment. We all have dreams, and we have dreams that are small sometimes, and we have really huge dreams. Think about where you are on that journey. Connect with those people that can help you get there. And just remember, they don't have an expiration date. What is your purpose and what is your passion? Those are two different things. Sometimes they may align or they may be different. I want you to think about that. But you've got to find that as you start heading through your educational journey or the rest of your educational journey. And as you move forward in that next career position, but also in life, what is your purpose and what is your passion? Don't let them get confused if they shouldn't be. I'm not a big political person, but I love the name of this act. For those of you all that don't know this, for those non-providers, is the I CAN Act. Most people that come up with policies that are going through the federal government, the Senate and the House, don't name things well. They did this one right. So think about this, and I looked at it a couple days ago just to make sure I knew where it was. But as this act will give nurse practitioners more leeway to do more and to take on more responsibility, and I'm sure you all understand that better than I do. But we want to make sure that things like this still continue through, because for so long, nurse practitioners in our state have been limited, and many, many other states across our country. So you want to make sure that you stay attuned to what's happening here and that you influence what happens. You want to use your influence. I'm going to tell you a little story because you never know who's watching. Many years ago, I was probably about 20, and I will not do the math for you on that one. But I was about 20 years old. And for those that are nurses in the room, you'll know what I'm talking about. I was in a pediatric rotation, and and I had this little child that was being worked up for cystic fibrosis. And my pediatric instructor walked in and she said, "So what's going on today?" And those normal questions. And she said, "Did you kiss him yet?" So hold on, everybody. I'm not violating any rules here. She said, "Did you kiss his forehead yet?" And I said, "No." And I got a little nervous. I knew what it meant because a cystic fibrosis kid will taste what? Everybody hear that? They'll taste salty. So in front of her, I kissed his forehead and took care of him for that, that rotation. Thought nothing about it. I graduated a while later. Had worked there about 3 years in the same building this happened in. And my I was an adult nurse. I was not a peds nurse. She found me one morning after I'd worked a night shift. She said, "Do you remember so-and-so?" And it took a few seconds. And she said, "Do you remember the kid with cystic fibrosis I wanted you to kiss?" I said, "Oh, yes." She said, "His mom graduates nursing school this afternoon." So don't ever be afraid to let your influence shine, because you never know who's watching. And I'm not talking about us, your faculty, your employer. I'm talking about those people you have the ability to influence. Because a nurse influenced me to become a nurse. And it was when I was on the family side of the equation, then how I influenced that individual that I had no idea as a 20-year-old that I was doing that as a nursing student. So please make sure to use your influence wisely, because you may lead others to become nurse practitioners and providers. And so are nurses, are many other things in health, and many other positions in healthcare. So please use your influence wisely, because it is truly valuable. What you do versus who you are, you have to help differentiate that for yourself. You know, I'm working with an executive coach. Her first question to me, this was early last year, who's David? So I started down, well, I'm a nurse, I'm a chief nursing officer, and this, no. I said, well, where do you want to go with this? And she said, who are you? And it just caught me off guard. I mean, I'd done this for so long. I finished my PhD and literally rolled right into COVID. So, there was just that big blur of all of that. And she said, are you the son of someone? Do you have siblings? Are you an uncle? Do you have friends? And so all those questions, she had to take me back a while. So don't lose yourself. Make sure that you take care of yourself, remember who you are, but also as you do that professionally, you are still an individual underneath that. I already covered this, but don't ever forget to say yes to an opportunity. So there's a phrase that I want to share with you, or just sort of a thing. Just because you're receiving a white coat tonight is far, far, far more than just a white piece of cloth or a garment. You really are elevating nursing practice, professional practice, provider practice, and you are moving into a role where you are making a difference to advocate for patients and families, for the communities in which they live, or the communities in which you live, because people are going to come. They're going to come, oh, can you help me get this? And you'll direct them to the right place. But make sure that you are doing that through your lens of advocacy and really improving the care of that community. With that, I'm going to close, but thank you for the amazing opportunity to be here tonight. I wish you all luck. I'm looking forward to being a part of the rest of your ceremony. And congratulations on achieving this level of your program. And I look forward to you all when you move through graduation and out into your new fields. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Bailey. Very inspirational. Now I would like to introduce you to Ariel Danker from our Family Nurse Practitioner Program, who has been selected to represent her class here today.
Dr. Bailey, I said yes to this opportunity and now I'm not so sure. Before I begin, I want you all to look over at your loved ones sitting over here today. Give them a little wave. Each one of you has played a fundamental role in bringing us to this significant milestone. Your presence is a testament to the unwavering support and love that has fueled our journey. You felt our stress through the countless hours spent in nursing school and the rigorous preparation for the NCLEX. You felt our fear as we worked tirelessly on the front lines of a global pandemic, and you shared in all our triumphs and setbacks. Today, as we celebrate this new accomplishment, I want to express our deepest gratitude. We would not be here, almost wearing these white coats, without your patient encouragement, understanding, and love. This accomplishment is as much yours as it is ours. So with that, esteemed faculty, guests, and fellow students, today is not merely a transition from one role to another. It symbolizes the culmination of a journey, one that began with the sacrifices and resilience of my family. I come from a lineage of survivors, from grandparents who escaped persecution in Iraq to begin a new life in Israel, to my parents who ventured from Israel to the United States in search of a better future for their children. The struggles they faced instilled in me the values of hard work, determination, and an unwavering appreciation for the opportunities that life presents. My family's story, like many immigrant tales, is one of sacrifice and hope. Drawing strength from the generations before me, I learned to be a survivor. I learned to take nothing for granted, to lean into adversity, work hard, and appreciate the many blessings along the way. My grandparents and my parents may not have had the gift of education, but they laid the groundwork for future generations to thrive. Their sacrifices propel me forward, and as I soon to wear this white coat, I carry with me the hopes and dreams of those who came before. As an OR nurse, I've been privileged to work in the heart of patient care, where every incision and every suture is a part of a larger narrative of healing. It has been a role that demanded precision, collaboration, and a deep understanding of the intricacies of surgical interventions. Yet, as I stand at the threshold of transitioning to a nurse practitioner, I'm filled with a mix of emotions: excitement, anticipation, and some fear. Becoming a nurse practitioner is not merely a career progression. It's a profound evolution of my role in the healthcare continuum. It signifies a commitment to providing comprehensive, patient-centered care, one that extends beyond the confines of the operating room. This transition means embracing a broader scope of practice, taking on new challenges, and being a relentless advocate for the well-being of those under my care. The white coat isn't just a symbol. It's a promise to uphold the values that my family has woven into the fabric of my being. It's a mantle of responsibility, a symbol of service, and a testament to the sacrifices made by those who paved the way for us. I am profoundly grateful for my family's support, the guidance of my mentors, the encouragement from my peers, and the opportunities provided by this esteemed institution. As I embark on this new adventure, I'm excited about the challenges ahead, knowing that with the lessons of the past guiding me, I can contribute to the well-being of others and continue the legacy of service that defines my family's story. Thank you all for being a part of this journey, and I look forward to the meaningful impact we can create together in the world of healthcare. Thank you.
Now it is time to present the students with their white coats. They will be presented by nursing specialty and coated by faculty from their specialty. We are highlighting one faculty member from each of these specialties at a time with a brief video. Dr. Nalo Hamilton will read the names for the Family Nurse Practitioner Program and the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Program. Dr. Christy Westphalen will read the names for the Pediatrics Program, and Dr. Kat Cronin will read the names for the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Program. Following the video highlight, we will present the white coats to the students in each specialty track. Students, as you come up to the stage, please hand your name card to the reader before stepping forward to the spot indicated on the stage. Then please hand your coat to the faculty. If you hold it up by the collar, it makes it easier for you to open and the coat for your faculty to put the coat on. And then you can return to your seat. We will start with the Family Nurse Practitioner Program introduced by Dr. Nalo Hamilton. Please play the video.
A family nurse practitioner is one who is able to provide care to patients across the lifespan, from the tiny little pediatric patient all the way up to the more seasoned patient. Now here at UCLA, we educate Bruin scholars. So yes, I'm able to help you with your research. How do you approach a clinical problem? How do you look at the evidence? And how do you make sure that you are the best clinical scholar and advocate for your patient? Students, we look forward to having you every year. We look forward to seeing you grow and to blossom into that fantastic clinician that we know our program trains you to be. Parents and family, we thank you for lending these students to us. Now we know it won't be easy, and we know that they might be distracted at times because certain activities or assignments are due. But please know, we are here to educate the best Bruin scholar possible. That is not only a clinician, but is also patient and is an advocate for one in their most time of need. So when we see them in the classroom and they see each other as they're eating lunch, or you look at them when they look tired sitting at the home table before dinner, please understand that it's all worth it. Because in the end, UCLA School of Nursing is in the business of educating the best clinician this side of the United States. Have a great day and see you soon.
Robert Valletta. Aaron Codish. Graciela Reyes Redding. Abby Kirkup. Gabriela Flores. Lionel M. Moreno. Jeffrey Collins. Amy Newenden. Ariel Denker. Danielle M. Roger. Rachel Danielle Gibbs. Diana Salazar. Catherine Geishan. Clarissa Gruce. Marina Youssef. Nadia Abukazni. Haley Sung. Kelly Tran. Joanna Wu. Marta C. Beck. Tia H. J. Watkins. Liz Yang. Jae Huang Kwan. Luke Cho. Jarek Marquez Asuncion.
In my childhood in Seoul, Korea, stethoscope was my childhood toy. Only reason is because my mom received a medical degree during the Korean War and became an OBGYN pediatrician and had a clinic that was attached to my home. So clinic became my playground. I also would look at American soldiers posting and protecting our country as we recover from the Korean War. And I just remember having a dream that with my stethoscope, I'm going to help the man who helped us as my thank you. Well, my dream came true when the United States called for foreign physicians to immigrate. Our family came and I was able to achieve 2 bachelor's degrees, one in nutrition science and dietetics from UC Davis, and another bachelor's science in nursing. While I was being a nurse practitioner student going clinicals like you have, I realized that there was more need to pioneer the elderly care more. Therefore, I purposely specialized in gerontology specialty. And for 33 years of practice, it's been a very satisfying journey to see elderly people are now being respected and have more voice. And it's due to the fact that there has been more nurse practitioners who are advocating for vulnerable populations. And with that, it's been my ultimate journey and pleasure to have taught 22 years of nurse practitioners to become the nurse practitioner in AGMP PC program and their specialty, but also having them to move on and be fabulous and admirable nurse practitioners.
When I was working as an occupational environmental health nurse practitioner for 20 years in industry, prior to going back to school to get my PhD, I was never bored. I loved the job. I got exposed to the role when I was in my bachelor's program, and I fell in love with it. So I went on and got my master's and specialized in occupational and environmental health nursing. And then I continued when I did go back to school to get my PhD to do a dissertation related to it. And I was able to do the programs that would make a difference in the lives of employees, whether it was for a work-related issue or personal health issues. It made a difference for both employees and the companies. Now I get to pass along my knowledge to a new generation of occupational environmental health nurse practitioners. We are very proud of all of our APRN students. Thank you very much.
Mary Boutros. Rachel Brunel. Kevin Becerra. Soo-Hong Kim. Nian Kadono.
Hi, I'm Nancy McGrath, and I want to welcome you to the UCLA Pediatric Nurse Practitioner Program. I am the OG of the pediatric program here, graduating from this program in 1991. A little bit about my clinical experience. I started working as a pediatric nurse practitioner at Harbor UCLA in both the emergency department and well child care clinics until 2018 when I retired. I'm still a volunteer clinical faculty and continue to work on the National Pediatric Readiness Project in my spare time. I've been teaching here since 1996, and since I'm dual certified in both pediatric primary and acute care, I have the added benefit of teaching you across the 2-year program. Just for a little historical perspective, our program has been around since the mid-'80s, and many of you may already work and or know previous graduates of our program. But the good thing is you'll get to meet many of them as they come back and they lecture as guest lecturers in our theory courses and also as your preceptors in your many clinical rotations throughout the 2-year program. We also have a fantastic graduate network across the country and throughout California, and we can connect you with our former grads for any potential job opportunities. And lastly, I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the faculty.
Hello, my name is Lorraine Espinosa-Smith. I am one of 10 NPs at the PICU at Children's LA, and I am board certified in pediatric acute care, and that is the area that we will be learning together in.
I'm Marcy Sproul, and I'm board certified pediatric nurse practitioner of primary care as well as clinical nurse specialist. And I have the opportunity of being the clinical instructor here in the primary care program, as well as working in a private practice, general peds, and a urgent care.
Hi, I am Maria Bautista Durand, and I am a pediatric nurse practitioner. I'm board certified in primary care, and I am teaching here in the European P program, but I'm also the trauma nurse practitioner at Children's Hospital Los Angeles.
And I'm Christy Westfall. I graduated in 2008. I've been a pediatric nurse practitioner now for over 12 years. I currently work clinically at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles on the inpatient child protection team, and I'm a researcher. I do research in child abuse and neglect.
Welcome to the Pediatric Advanced Practice Registered Nurse Program, and welcome to UCLA. Go Bruins!
Carla Cristina Alegre. Brittany Michelle Enchondo. Brandon Bernasak. Samantha Orell. Buen rostro. Rachel Brown. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Irene Onteros, who is not with us today, here physically, but is here with us.
I actually fell into acute care on accident. I started out as geriatric primary care. On a beautiful accident, found out that I belonged in oncology, and I stayed in acute care for 20 years working with people with high acuity illness, cancer. Acute care nursing is a very specialized area of advanced practice nursing where you take care of people in their most vulnerable stage of illness when they're acutely ill, either in a specialty clinic or in the hospital or in an ICU. And my favorite part about teaching is watching how you guys grow into that role. And there's nothing better than walking by you in the hall at Reagan or handing you off to a preceptor who I also educated. I want you guys to think about what you want, not about what you're supposed to do. Think about being true to yourself. What do you love to do? You guys have another year. You're almost done with this year. I want you next year to keep your eye on the prize. It's going to get hard. It's going to get intense, but you guys can do it. If I've learned nothing else about you this year, I've learned that you guys can do it.
Ginia Sharon. Zhao Jun Lua. May Generoso Magponte. Okay, Theo. Bernadette Garcia. Melissa M. Quinones. Madison Arco. Michelle Christina Corral. Victoria Rose Pintado. Monica Malik. Julianne M. Javier. Susan S. Lee. Amina Mohammadi. Leah N. Fontania.
A very big congratulations to all of our students. Now let's hear from the students themselves about what the white coat means to them. Please play the video.
What the white coat ceremony means to me is that now I have a great responsibility to advocate for my patients as best I can, and that this is a lifelong commitment to learning.
To me, the white coat represents 20-something years of education. It represents dedication and hard work, and it represents a chance to make a tangible difference in the lives of those that I will have a privilege to care for.
White coat presents an amazing opportunity to show the power of hard work and the support I've received. It symbolizes professionalism, trust, and responsibility, and serving as a constant reminder to provide equitable care for all.
The white coat ceremony indicates my commitment to serve my community with knowledge and evidence-based practice. I'm really honored to be here today.
The white coat ceremony signifies to a noble healthcare practice emphasizing integrity.
What the white coat ceremony means to me is professional growth, lifelong learning, and dedication to serving the pediatric population.
I would like to welcome Dr. Stacy Green to the stage to lead all of the nurses in the room in the International Pledge for Nurses, which is displayed on the screen to follow along. Students, you each have a printed keepsake of the pledge at your seats. Please read the pledge together right after Dr. Green starts.
All right, let's get pledging. Is everybody going to rise? In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refrain from any action that might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level, and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the professional nurse.
Congratulations, students. We are proud of all that you have accomplished so far, and we welcome you to advanced practice nursing as future colleagues. Thank you for joining us this evening. Students and APRN faculty, please exit first to take a group picture in the lobby. Guests will be dismissed after the group photo is taken. And so we are asking all guests to please remain in your seat while our students and faculty go out to the lobby for the photo.